Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. An absolute pleasure to chat to you today. Huge congrats on this absolutely beautiful movie. Tourette syndrome was, I think, named Wild Madness, but maybe not as far as we think we have in understanding conditions like this and how empathetic we are, the way institutions perhaps react to it. Why was it important to you to tell John's story, and particularly with sort of humour and honesty and nuance?
Well, it just goes to show. I never knew that. And we only saw the film for the first time just last week.
We did.
Watching it reminded you of the reason why you kind of did it, which was you hoped it would turn out the way it turned out, and thankfully it has. It read really warm-hearted, committed, intelligent, funny, and not preachy, which sometimes a well-intentioned film can fall into, which really artistically is death. It might be a nice message, but if it's a shit film, it's dead. It's dead in the water.
You want people to go and see it, don't you?
Totally, and you want it to be of a, without sounding too pompous, you want it to be of an artistic level that will last the test of time, and I think this film will. But back to the question though, as to what motivated you to do it, was the script.
The script, yeah. It was a beautiful script. It
Gorgeous.
And it made me laugh, it made me cry. It was long, not too long. It was just a lovely, easy read, even though it was a hard subject. I knew a bit about the subject because I'd done a drama a number of years ago that dealt with Tourette's. But, and to come back to it, I was really pleased to think, this is another chance to show something else about this. And I knew Peter was going to be in it, and I knew Maxine was going to be in it, and it felt like a lovely team, and why not? So.
And your characters have quite different reactions to John's condition. I mean, I wonder what conversations you might have had with Kirk, but also, how you worked on those relationships with Robert. Because, Tommy becomes kind of an ally. And of course, Heather, she's his mum. There's love there, but there's also rejection. And it's obviously the impact it has on her life makes her perhaps cold in a way that, the audience might find surprising. So how did you find sort of the complexity and nuance in each of your characters?
I like that it's complex. That's what's interesting, to try and play and to try and bring, to see the sympathy in that. I want you to be sympathetic towards her, even if you don't always like the way she's reacting. I think it was very difficult for her, and I think she did try her very best. She did look for doctors. She did try and do all the things that you're meant to do, but it's an overwhelming thing. It's every day, it's all day. She had other children, she was working, she had a husband. She had no idea what was happening. So I think she tried, and then it just all maybe got too much. And then as he's growing up, he's got a voice. He's wanting to do it in a different way. He's met this other woman. There was a lot of things. So it was very complex. And I liked that. I liked the different layers. And our parts are not big, so we didn't have long to get all this out. And you're looking for clues, quick clues to get another side of this person in, so that you kind of get a bit of all of her. So I enjoy that it's not an easy role and easy to play.
And perhaps you could have a bit of fun with yours as well. That whole scene with making the tea. It's just so much going on, and the comic timing of that. Because it's finding, where it can be quite funny and absurd, but you're never making John the butt of the joke either.
No. It's interesting, that scene, because I would have bet money at the cutting floor written all over it. I would have put money on it. There's sometimes you do a scene and you think there's no way this is going to make the cut, because it's a kind of, I don't mean this in an offensive way, it's a nothing scene. It's not pushing the plot. Yeah. It's not massively revealing character wise. And what I really loved about the fact that not only did he keep the scene, but he kept it in its entirety, which really surprised me. And that's pretty much as scripted. We improvised a little bit, but it's pretty much as it was written. And what's really interesting is that it kind of, in a microcosmic way, sort of sums up the film, in the sense that there's not any massive plot to the film. It's about a character growing into himself, and it's about the world starting to realise what that character's all about. And that doesn't always have an obvious plot line. there's no great twists and turns of any great nature. But a bit like another film that Shirley and I did many gazillion years ago, Trainspotting, sort of ish, is there's no story to Trainspotting. There's no plot to Trainspotting. It's just it's about people and youngsters in that instance, or younger people, and what they go to, what they're doing to try and get to terms with the world that they live in. But what keeps it going is the characters, the comedy, and to no small extent, and Trainspotting, the music, and also in I Swear. The music has a huge influence on I Swear, which I wasn't expecting.
Nope.
That kind of threw me, because again, you're reading a script. You don't have the director's vision and stuff. You certainly don't know when they're going to put music in, and you don't know what they're going to keep in and what they're going to take out. Yeah. You know. But interestingly, you asked about working with Kirk. Kirk's a lovely, accommodating kind of director, so he didn't talk about it, which personally I love. Right, I don't really enjoy talking about character. I'd rather do it. And quite rightly, a director says, you know, less of this, more of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. To talk about it, I know some actors quite rightly that's their process, and good luck to them. It's not. I don't know if it's part of the Scottish process. I have to say, Scottish acting tends to be more, can we do it and then start building around what we are and who we are.
It's not overanalyzing.
I don't think we've really. I know many Scots actors that like to sit around and.
There's not time anyway.
No, there isn't.
Let's get on and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.